All right, hold up a sec. Let's cut the act, yeah? You're probably one of those INFJ, INTJ, or INTP types, right? The idealistic, logical, deep thinker kind of person. Everyone always thinks you're in control, calm, and collected. But hey, here's the real deal. You're not as invincible as you like to think you are. The world sees your strengths, sure, but today, we're diving into something darker. Something hidden deep inside. Something your shadow self definitely doesn't want you to confront. Because let's be real, no one talks about it. The raw, controversial truth about your type that you'll probably want to hide from everyone. So buckle up, folks, because it's time to unmask your real self right here, right now. So, first up, let's start with INFJ, the narcissistic protector. Yeah, you think you're like the empathetic guide, the one who's got all the answers for everyone else. But check this out. There's a truth bomb that's gonna sting. You've got a narcissistic side that you just don't want to admit. I mean, you want to be the hero, the savior, the one who fixes everything. But here's the thing, you are addicted to admiration. You go around with this deep belief that you're like different from everyone else. You're thinking you're the only one who truly gets people, who can see the truth behind the masks they wear. But deep down, you need to be seen as the wise, enlightened one. And the moment someone doesn't appreciate you or fails to meet your high expectations, boom, you'll shut them out. Because in your mind, if they don't see it your way, then they're wrong, and you're the one left with all the answers. Now here's the kicker. You crave control, right? And your idealism, that's the mask you wear to snag it. You think you're here to guide people along, but often you're just pushing your own vision of the world onto them. And if they don't follow your ideals, you end up resenting them. It's subtle, yeah, but it's there. And it's damaging. And here's the brutal truth we need to talk about. The people around you, they aren't just your followers, your projects, or your responsibility to fix. They're individuals with their own lives, dreams, and values. And you've got to stop treating them like they owe you something. Stop pretending you're above all of this. Your self-righteousness is a defense mechanism, hiding a core belief that if you're not seen as perfect, then you're nothing. It's time to stop living as though the world revolves around version of it. Let go of your need for validation. Accept that being human means you're flawed too, and that's okay. Alright, so next up, let's dive into INTJ, the calculating power player. So you think you're the genius, the visionary, the master strategist, right? But let's be real, you've built your whole life around one thing, control. You hide behind your intellect, your plans, those cold, calculating moves, but deep down, you're obsessed with power. Power over situations, power over people, power over everything. You're the one who always has the answer, right? You see the world as a giant chessboard, with every move perfectly planned out. You calculate every person you meet, every conversation you have, it's all a game to win. But here's the truth, this obsession with being in control, it's suffocating you. You manipulate situations to suit your needs, and you're so used to winning that you forget what it even means to lose, to grow, to be vulnerable. And it's not just about ideas anymore. It's about total domination. You want to be the one with all the power. And when someone challenges you, you hit back hard with logic and precision. You're aiming to be the guru everyone turns to for answers, but in reality, you're terrified of being seen as anything less than perfect. Because, let's be real, if you lose control, you lose yourself. Here's the harsh reality check. Manipulation. That's your safety net, not your actual strength. But you can't keep using it to get ahead forever. You've built these crazy high walls around yourself so that no one can even see the real person underneath. You're straight up terrified of losing your grip, of being out of control. But the truth is, you're already losing yourself. Seriously, stop letting your need for power isolate you. Let go of the constant need to outsmart everyone. Start building connections, not just strategies. Your worth isn't in how much control you have. It's in how you can let go and let people in. Alright, third on our hit list, we've got INTP, the cold and detached intellectual. Now you're the grandmaster of ideas, the philosopher king, the ultimate thinker, living large in that beautiful brain of yours. But truth bomb incoming, and you might not want to hear this. You're emotionally, shall we say, unavailable, and it's costing you big time. You're hiding out in your intellectual playground because it's a heck of a lot easier than face planting into your feelings. You're thinking logic's the Swiss Army knife of life, but newsflash, it ain't. In fact, it's keeping you from the very connection you're secretly jonesing for, even if you won't fess up to it. You're selling yourself this story, that feelings are just a pesky distraction, that emotions are like totally clouding your super genius judgment. But let me drop some knowledge you might not be ready for. Sticking your head in the sand about your emotions. That ain't making you a fortress. It's just making you an ice castle. You've been kicking it in the abstract world of theories and what-ifs for so long, you've straight up forgotten what it means to actually feel. People peep you, and they're seeing this mega brain, but behind that slick facade is someone who's scared stiff of showing their soft side, scared of being misunderstood. You're so laser-focused on being the rational, detached intellectual that you've practically become a robot in your relationships. You avoid opening up, because showing any weakness is just too much to handle. But hey, here's the thing. You're not a machine. You just can't keep running on logic alone, especially when it leaves you totally isolated. The hardest truth? Emotions are not weaknesses. Being emotionally available doesn't make you less smart or less capable. In fact, it makes you more human, more connected, and way more powerful. Stop using logic as a shield and start feeling your feelings, because that's where real growth happens. Let your intellect guide you, but don't let it replace the raw, beautiful mess of being human. If you want to truly thrive, you gotta let people in. Logic will take you far, but love and connection, they'll take you even farther. Fourthly, the hidden fear of vulnerability. You rock that confidence like it's the latest tech, always composed, totally collected, and always in control. But here's the real deal you're scared of facing. You're terrified to be vulnerable. You tell yourself that showing weakness will totally destroy you, that letting others see your flaws will make you less capable, less powerful. But that's a lie you've been telling yourself for years. You hide behind your intellect, your ideals, your self-sufficiency, because it's safer that way, you know? It's easier to keep people at arm's length and avoid the possibility of being hurt. But here's the harsh reality. By refusing to let others in, you're building a prison around yourself. You think you're protecting your heart, but all you're doing is isolating it. Okay, so check this out. You've been telling yourself that if people see the real you, the flaws, the doubts, the struggles, they're gonna bail on you. But the real deal is you're the one doing the rejecting. You're too freaked out to show your true self, right? The messy, imperfect human underneath all the intellectual smoke and mirrors. But here's the kicker. That vulnerability, that's where the real magic happens. Real connection, real growth, real freaking intimacy. And get this, vulnerability, it ain't a weakness. It's your superpower. When you open up, when you let yourself be seen for who you actually are, you're giving other people the chance to connect with you on a whole different level. You stop being this untouchable figure and become human. And that's what people are searching for. That's what real relationships are built on. So stop running from your fear. Let people see the real you. Seriously, it's time to stop hiding. Those walls you've built around yourself, they ain't protecting you. They're trapping you. Let go of the need for control and let yourself be vulnerable. It's the only way you're going to experience the true depth of life, love, and connection. All right, let's dive into point number 5, the obsessive drive to be right. And hey, let's keep it real, you know? You're hooked on being right. Every single argument, every debate, every convo. It ain't about the truth, is it? It's about scoring that win. You got to have the final say, don't you? The thought of someone else being more correct, more knowledgeable, more right than you, nah, can't handle it. But check it. Here's a truth bomb that's going to sting. Your obsession with being right is messing up your relationships. It's not about the truth anymore, folks. It's about your ego, that burning need to prove you're the smartest cat in the room. So, you argue, you dissect, you point out every little flaw in their thinking, all while telling yourself it's for the greater good. But it ain't, is it? It's selfish. You want to be right way more than you want to listen. You've built your whole persona around being the brainiac, the one who's always got the answers. But here's the harsh reality. This need to be right is blinding you to the bigger picture. You're so laser focused on proving yourself that you're missing out on the chance to grow, to learn, to vibe with others on a deeper level. Listen up, because every single time you gotta fight to be right, you're just pushing people away. Seriously, you're building walls, isolating yourself in this little bubble of perfect logic. And then you sit there wondering why nobody wants to connect. Look, being right ain't the finish line. Connection is. And if you can't ditch that ego, you're gonna miss out on real, deep relationships. So check it. I'm throwing down a challenge. Start listening way more than you talk. Stop trying to win every single debate. Stop trying to be the smartest one in the room. True power, it comes from being humble, admitting you don't know all the answers, learning from everyone else instead of constantly trying to prove them wrong. Let go of being right all the time and open yourself up to something way better, connection, growth, and understanding that actually means something. So, are you ready to ditch the ego? Because that's the only way you're going to level up. Sixthly, the secret self-doubt. You think you've got it all figured out, right? You project confidence, intelligence, control, all that jazz to the world, but deep down, you're terrified it's all a big lie. The truth you won't admit, you doubt yourself constantly. You worry that your vision won't come to life, that your brilliance is just a mask, and one day everyone will realize you're not as capable as you seem. You keep pretending that you've got everything under control, but every day that fear gnaws at you. You're afraid of being exposed, that the real you isn't enough. And here's the kicker. That self-doubt isn't your weakness, it's your strength. Because everyone feels it, everyone doubts themselves. Even the people who seem like they have everything together. You're not alone in this, but the difference is, you hide it. You build walls around it, and you let it control you, rather than using it as fuel for growth. But hey, here's the straight truth. Your fear of being exposed, that's the very thing that's got you stuck in the mud. You're so scared of messing up, of being seen as less than perfect, that you're frozen in place. You're letting this fear call all the shots, when it should be the rocket fuel that blasts you forward, not the anchor that holds you back. Come on, stop trying to act like you're bulletproof. Embrace that doubt. Let it fire you up to keep pushing, keep striving, keep evolving. The only way to ditch that self-doubt is to go straight through it, not try to tiptoe around it. The quicker you make peace with the fact that you're not perfect, the quicker you'll unlock the freedom to just be you. You don't need to have all the answers figured out. You don't need to be flawless. You just got to keep moving, even when you're not sure where you're going. Self-doubt doesn't define you, not unless you let it. So stop hiding from it. Step into your own humanity and realize that your flaws are the very things that make you incredible. All right, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one. Talk soon, and be well.